Hey guys, NASCAR Mobile Video back again. We're back to another NASCAR video. In today's video, it is time to talk about our 2023 predictions, my 23 NASCAR Cup Series predictions, but we're going to do a little differently from the past couple years, because the past couple years I would go from playoff predictions to even talk about the full playoff predictions of who would be eliminated in the first round, second round, third round. Like, no. This year we're just going to make it simpler, just as simple for me. We're just going to predict who I think is going to make the playoffs. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that. Also, in my last video, if you guys caught it, I talked about me possibly not doing NR. I may do NR, it's just that senior year I'm kind of busy and stuff, so I won't be as frequent and stuff, so I'll see what I can do. I might make one for the Clash tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'll still make some NASCAR news videos as the season progresses and goes on and talk about some certain things here and there. So I'm not going away forever, so don't worry about that. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and look into my predictions. So here we are, we have our playoff contenders right now. So we're gonna leave these right here. Then we have Just Missed It down here, 17th to 25th. It's not gonna be exactly accurate, but it's what I think of who will be in that list. Then Not Even Close. Then we have ranked part-time teams and stuff. We have some other part-time teams, but we haven't really heard about them. Like MBM, haven't heard anything. I don't know what this team is. JJ Ayler's team, I haven't heard from them. What is this? I forgot. What, the 33 car? I don't know if they're going to be running that. NY Racing, I don't know. This German team supposed to be racing 2023. I haven't heard about them. And then finally, the 26 and 27 cars, we haven't heard from them, but I don't think they're going to be running in 2023, so we're just going to leave them here. But I ranked Jimmy Johnson highest in part-time teams, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and just talk about the teams right now for the 2022 playoffs, or 2023 playoffs. I gotta stop saying that. Anyway, who do I think is gonna make the playoffs? So, first of all, let's just leave Ross Chastain right here. Austin Cindric is a maybe and stuff. So we're just gonna go through this one by one, actually. So here, Austin Cindric, I don't picture Austin Cindric making the playoffs because realistically, if it wasn't for that win at the Daytona 500, then he wouldn't have made the playoffs, in my opinion. And he wasn't really that strong throughout the rest of the season. I mean, I don't know how he made the round of 12, but still, Cindric wasn't really all that, in my opinion. So I'm going to put him at Just Missed It. Next up, Austin Dillon. Nah, I'm sorry. Austin Dillon, I know he won at Daytona, and he got that last spot, or technically the 15th seed, but that was luck, pure luck, okay? Austin Dillon just... he is not that guy. He is overrated, really overrated, okay? Same guy that they gave a TV show, The Life in the Fast Lane of Austin Dillon, should be life in the slow lane, life in the freaking mid pack, life in the back of the field, because that's where Austin Dillon is most of the time. Freaking, he's just overrated, in my opinion. I don't really like Austin Dillon. I don't want to talk about it, but he's not making the playoffs, okay? If he makes the playoffs, I'm gonna get really pissed off. Okay. Now moving on to Kevin Harvick. It's a swan song season, so will Kevin Harvick make the playoffs? I think so. I think Harvick has a really good shot at making the playoffs because, well, it's his last season. It's just someone has to hit that tier where Jeff Gordon was in his final full-time season, where he made the playoffs and had a win. Okay, last driver to make the playoffs in their final season was Matt Kenseth. Well, final full-time season. Okay, so Matt Kenseth, I'm gonna give him some credit. So Harvick, I feel like he should also top that. Get a win, make the playoffs, do something. Larson, I think, will make the playoffs. Brad Keselowski, look, I love RFK, but I do not think they will be making the playoffs because I can't trust them, okay? You saw what happened to Brad Keselowski at the start of 2023, at the start of 2022. Just absolute crap, okay? I mean, he did really well at the super speedway races, but he just sucked overall throughout the regular season, especially after they got that L1 penalty after Atlanta. They have just been... that was cringe, but they suck. They literally do suck. But they gotten better throughout the rest of the season, and they had a good run at, like, Texas. Keselowski won the pole for that race, and he finished 8th. That's really good, but we're going to see, we need more than that to prove and see if Keselowski can make the playoffs and be a contender. Now, we'll see. This is just a prediction, but I do not think he'll make the playoffs. Next up, Corey LaJoy, I think he's just not even close, okay? Spire Motorsports has not impressed me whatsoever. I mean, when Corey LaJoy signed with them in 2021, I expected him to finish better than he did with Go Fast Racing, but he kind of ranked about the same, and then I expected a whole lot better with them being the next-gen car, and it's like the same thing. He just sucks. I don't know if it's him or the equipment, but think again, Corey LaJoy hasn't won Has Corey LaJoy even won anything in NASCAR? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's won an Xfinity race or a truck race. I mean, I might have to check his stats and fact check myself. But other than like an ARCA race, I feel like Corey LaJoy has not won anything NASCAR series related. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just me. I mean, like, here, let me look at Corey LaJoy's stats right here. 0 wins in Cup, 0 wins in Xfinity, 0 wins in trucks. He has 3 wins in the Menards series, 6 wins in ARCA Menards East. So he has some sort of experience, but it's ARCA, same series that has no breaks. So I don't know. We're just gonna move on from that. Kyle Busch, I think he can definitely make the playoffs. Same thing with Chase said over here. Eric Almirola, I don't know. I feel like Almirola is just not going to do as good as he was last year. Because first of all, Almirola missed the playoffs for the first time since he's been with SHR last year, and now this year, which is most likely going to be his final season in the NASCAR Cup Series, which last year was supposed to be his final season. This is supposed to be his final season. I think this is also it. We'll see. I don't know. It's weird because I thought I heard Eric Almirola signed a 2-year extension or multi-year extension in 2022 and stuff, but people are saying it was only 1 year, so I'm not really sure. But Eric Almirola, if this is his final season, I don't really see him making any progress and stuff. One foot's out the door or something like that. I don't know. Is that sort of saying? Is that a saying? I don't even know. But we'll see. But I do not think Eric Almirola will make the playoffs. Next up, Denny Hamlin. Think he'll make the playoffs. Blaney is testy, so I'll leave him there. Briscoe is also testy. I'll leave him there. 15 cars supposed to be split, so yeah, I don't know why I even put that there. Allmendinger, I'm gonna leave him there. I think he can make it. I think Buescher could also make it, so I'm gonna leave him there. Truex, I'm gonna leave him there. Bell can make it. Harrison Burton, I don't think so, but I think Harrison Burton will definitely do better next year. But anyway, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking up. It says the 2023 campaign will mark Almirola's 12th season with Smithfield and 6th with Stewart-Haas Racing, competing with the team since 18. He signed a multi-year agreement that will begin in 2023. So he did sign a multi-year contract. So I don't know if can he. I don't even can he retire after next season. I'm not after this season. I'm not sure, but I think Almirola might stay. But it just depends on how this season goes. Because this season goes bad as like how I predict, then he might just call it quits a year or two early. So I'm going to leave Almirola there. But I think that multi-year extension was probably like a 2-year deal. But I don't know. It's the Smithfield money, okay? The Bacon money. Anyway, moving on back to where I was. Harrison Burton, I think he'll do better than he did last year. Because people are saying like for Kevin Harvick, who's going to replace him? They're saying like Nemechek and Riley Herbst. I think it's going to be good old Harrison Burton, because he is in that Kevin Harvick Incorporated plan, and he's still with Ford and stuff. Hunt Brothers Pizza, Dex Imaging. So I think Harrison Burton will stay with Ford, but I think he can definitely replace Kevin Harvick. It just he just has to have a really good season. I think he will. So I think Harrison Burton definitely have a much better season than he did last year. Joey Logano, reigning series champ, will make it. Bubba Wallace is testy. I'm gonna leave him there. Byron, I think he'll make it. Haley, I'm gonna say no to Justin Haley. I love Justin Haley. It's just that with him, I'm not really sure if he's gonna be that good enough to make the playoffs. He needs more experience. That's what I'm trying to say. But like, there were some instances where he did have some good finishes, like finished like 3rd or 4th or 5th in some of these races. But now some of them were because a big crash happened and that took out a lot of drivers, and he was able to elevate his way up the field and stuff. But still, then again, it's still really impressive for him and stuff. But I don't think he'll make the playoffs. But I think he'll still have a nice solid year. Just keep the car clean like he did last year. Michael McDowell, I'm going to leave him there. Todd Gillen, I don't think he'll make the playoffs and stuff. I don't think he'll do that bad, but I'm going to leave him there. 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that has to be like 9 or 8 spots right here that we have to fill out. Next up, 41 of Ryan Preece. I do not think he'll make the playoffs. I mean, he does have some Cup Series experience, but we're going to sort of treat him like a rookie. Let's see how he does, okay? I don't think his goal is to really make the playoffs his first year with Stewart-Haas, because he's never made the playoffs before. But I think his goal is just to, like, do really good. So we'll see. We'll see. Next up, the 42 of Noah Gragson, his first year. Don't think he'll make the playoffs. I think he'll still have a pretty decent year, because isn't not Dave Ellens, but someone else is going to be joining him for the season. It was his crew chief from last year. What was his name? I forgot. Who was Noah Gragson crew chief from last year, where he almost won the Xfinity Series championship? Luke Lambert. That's right. Luke Lambert. He used to be the crew chief for Ryan Newman. That's right. So he's going to be with the 42 of Noah Gragson. I still think he'll have a really good season, especially being with the crew chief that he had in the Xfinity Series last year. And then his former crew chief from 2021, Dave Ellens, is with the 43 car of Eric Jones. And I'm going to keep Eric Jones up there. A bit testy with him. Next up, Tyler Reddick. Definitely think he'll make the playoffs. Stenhouse. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Stenhouse. I mean, he is part of Kevin Harvick Incorporated, but I don't think Stenhouse does not deserve to be with the SHR, okay? But they talked about JTG possibly being a team that could switch to Toyota. Maybe. We'll see. Bowman, I think he'll definitely make the playoffs. Cody Ware, nah. I mean, actually, yeah, he can make the playoffs. You know why? Because thanks to NASCAR and their dumb rule system, that now we're taking off the playoff eligibility, so where you don't have to be in the top 30 in points, that all you have to do is just compete full time and you'll win. And then they're saying you have to, like, even if you get a playoff waiver, everyone's gonna get a playoff waiver, okay? If you're out for an injury, or if you're sick, or have some important business, NASCAR's gonna give you a playoff waiver, okay? It doesn't matter. Anyway, what's his name? Cody Ware definitely going to make the playoffs if he wins the Daytona 500. I think he's going to win the Daytona 500. It's so dumb. Such a dumb rule, okay? Cody Ware is not making the playoffs, okay? If he makes the playoffs, then all right, I have to make a bet here. If Cody Ware somehow, someway makes the playoffs, I'm going to make my entire channel Cody Ware theme. I'm going to buy a Cody Ware hat. I'm going to buy so much Cody Ware stuff and make this channel Cody Ware theme for the entire offseason of 2023. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway. Someone clip it here, I don't know. Ty Gibbs, first year, don't think he'll make the playoffs, but I think he'll have a really good year because he does have some Cup Series experience from when he replaced Kurt Busch from last year. Ty Dillon, not really expecting a whole lot from him, so I'm going to just put him in not even close. BJ McLeod, they switched manufacturers, and that was really about it. Daniel Suarez, I'm going to keep him in there. It's kind of testy. So right now we have 20 drivers, so we have to take away 4 right now. So we'll have to wait and see about that. So we have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I'm just counting to make sure to see if this is actually accurate of the numbers I put on here. But with these 20 drivers, we have to put them with 16. That is going to be a hard decision. Now it is time to get to the nitty-gritty and decide who will make the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. So we're going to take away some drivers, okay? And I'm going to give my explanation. So Chastain, fully locked into the playoffs. Kevin Harvick, I'll say he'll make the playoffs, okay? I think Kevin Harvick can definitely do it in his last season, but I don't think he's going to go far as Jeff Gordon as making the championship for it and stuff. Harvick could definitely get a win, maybe just one win, but he can definitely point his way in. So I think Harvick will make the playoffs. But speaking of, 2023 is not going to be as diverse as last year was, where we had like 16, like all these different winners and stuff, because it's the second year of the next gen car, and now you're going to see the top NASCAR drivers in the Cup Series start to shine with the next gen car in this second year. So moving on from that, Larson said he's a lock, Busch is a lock, Elliott lock, Hamlin lock, Blaney, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in, okay? Blaney, I know all Blaney has to do is just win. Just win a race, okay? If you could just win a race, you could do good in the playoffs. Because we've seen Blaney from this season. He did not win a race, but he made the playoffs, and he made it all the way to the round of 8. So really, Blaney just needs to get into the playoffs, and he's good. That's all I'm saying. Just for the playoff predictions right here. So I think Blaney, all he has to do is just make the playoffs. So I think he will be fine. Chase Briscoe, I'm also going to say he's going to make the playoffs. Now, I don't think Chase Briscoe is going to be as good as last year, because Briscoe had one win last year, made the playoffs, made it all the way to the round of 8. But Briscoe this season, I don't know, because first of all, getting a win is going to be hard for Briscoe, because your last one was at Phoenix, the 4th race of the season. You had opportunities to win throughout the rest of the season, especially in the early part, like Bristol Dirt, but you made a dumb mistake, pulled off a dumb move on Tyler Reddick, took both of y'all out, and then finally, at the Coke 600 with 2 to go, you just spun it trying to make a move on Kyle Larson. Somehow still finished 4th in that race. But Briscoe, I'm still going to say he's going to make the playoffs, but he's probably going to be like a first-round exit. Same with like Kevin Harvick. Allmendinger, I feel like Allmendinger is going to go deep in the playoffs. I feel like the deepest Allmendinger can make into the playoffs is like the round of 8. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But I think Allmendinger can definitely make the playoffs. Now, First driver, I'm sorry. I love you. He's the most underrated driver in the Cup Series today. I don't care what anyone says, but Chris Buescher will not make the playoffs. Just like his teammate, Brad Keselowski, I've kind of explained it myself. Buescher's has shining moments and stuff, but it just comes to the point where not as good as some of the other competition to point his way in, but just has to be consistent enough to win. I mean, he's had some good looking moments like Sonoma. He's looked really good, but Suarez won that race, okay? You can't go back and change the past, so I don't know. We'll see for Chris Buescher. I mean, that Bristol win was really impressive because Ford all around looked terrible with all their tire issues, but Buescher was able to maintain and get the win. So if Buescher can just really perform really well in the regular season and get a good win or good points gap, I don't know. We'll see. But the reason I'm not going to put him in there is just because it's RFK equipment. I still don't really trust it. And besides, when it came to the nitty gritty of who's going to make the playoffs, the top 3 drivers who just missed out, no, the top 4 guys who just missed out were like Truex and Bubba Wallace and Eric Jones. And I'll even have to say Micah McDowell was better than Chris Buescher last season. When trying to make the playoffs. No, the top drivers were. Yeah, wait, did I say that right? Yeah, Truex, Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, or maybe it was Chris Buescher. I don't know, but still, you have to get by some of those guys who want to make the playoffs too, so that's going to be tough. Next up, Martin Truex Jr. This is a bold one right here, but I do not think Martin Truex Jr. will make the playoffs and potentially his final season because he did say that he has not announced it yet, but we'll find out he'll find out like in September. We found out around June of if Truex was going to return. He returned on a 1-year extension, so we'll see what happens for him. But that's definitely going to be something at the back of his head, so I can't really trust Truex as well. And besides, he's had some going on behind the scenes as of recent. We're not going to get into that personal life. I don't want to talk about that. So Truex, I'm sorry, Truex. I hate to see someone like Truex go out like this, and I hated that he didn't make the playoffs last year, even though we finished 3rd in points. Truex, not going to make the playoffs. I just don't see it. Bell, I think Christopher Bell will make the playoffs. Logano, reigning series champ, definitely lock into the playoffs. So right now we have 11 drivers locked in, 5 spots remaining. Bubba Wallace, I think Bubba Wallace will make the playoffs. Here's my reasoning. Bubba Wallace, all he has to do is start the season off strong, okay? Now, I know now you're probably thinking, oh, he did start the season off strong last year. He finished 2nd in the Daytona 500. Yeah, that's the first race. I'm talking about the first half of the season. Because I believe I heard this from somebody, but in 2021, to start off for 23XI Racing, Bubba Wallace had no top 10s in the first 12 races. And last year, he only had 1, and that was Kansas, where he finished 8th. Or 10th, something like that. So Bubba Wallace, if he could just have a really strong start to 2023, he can get a win. He can win. We saw him at Kansas. 23XI Racing swept Kansas last year. Kurt Busch won the first one. Bubba Wallace won the second one, okay? And Tyler Reddick's really good at Kansas too. Well, he just can't blow tires and have Kansas last year. Both Kansas races last year for Tyler Reddick were gruesome, okay? But anyway, he just has to start off strong. Fire off strong for Bubba Wallace is key if he wants to make the playoffs. He can win. He can obviously win. We saw him at that Kansas race. Look, he definitely had the best car out there for sure. And then just keep your emotions in check. Careful how you talk to your crew, your crew chief, your teammates, or how you drive on the track. Don't wreck anybody. Don't right hook anybody. Don't freaking cuss out at your crew team and stuff. Your pit crew. Just chill out. Keep your emotions in check. Start off the season strong. You can do it, okay? I believe in Bubba Wallace, so I'm going to say he's going to make the playoffs. Moving on, Byron, I think he can also make the playoffs. Michael McDowell, I feel like for McDowell, losing Blake Harris was definitely something that hit him hard. So I'm going to say Michael McDowell's not going to make the playoffs. Now, there are some road courses in there, plus the Chicago street course, but I don't think that's just going to be enough. And losing someone like Blake Harris, who gave Michael McDowell his best season yet. And Mike McDowell, think again, Michael McDowell won the Daytona 500 in 2021. Yet last year was his best year, okay? So losing a crew chief that gave you your best season is going to be a bit of a struggle bus. So we'll see. I still think he'll have a really decent year, but just not as good as last year. Eric Jones, this is going to be the biggest bold move right here. I think Eric Jones will make the playoffs, okay? Eric Jones, I just think he can do it. He won the Southern 500, and if he can just make the playoffs and just do good at Darlington, I feel like he'll be set. But then again, I think things are going to be on the up for Legacy Motor Club. I mean, yeah, Jimmy Johnson down here, I think he's going to be good out of all the part-time guys, and there's not really many of them. So I think he'll do good. I think Noah Gragson will do good in his first year, and I think Eric Jones will do good. The Petty GMS or Legacy Motor Club, I feel like that's the team that is on the P going into 2023. Actually, it's them and Colleague Racing. So that's why I have one Colleague car, one Petty GMS car. I'm gonna call it Petty GMS, okay? Legacy Motor Club with LMC, one LMC car. No one even knows what the hell I'm talking about. Sorry, Jimmy. I love your name, but it's not a NASCAR name. Anyway, still, I don't know. We'll see, but I'm gonna put Eric Jones in the playoffs. I have some faith in him. So we only have 2 spots left with 3 drivers. Tyler Reddick is a lock. Alex Bowman and Daniel Suarez, who is locked in, I'm sorry, is not Daniel Suarez. Okay, my reasoning for Daniel Suarez because he's not as good as Ross Chastain. Okay, compare him to Ross Chastain's stat. Ross Chastain has beaten Daniel Suarez in every single statistic in 2022 except for DNFs. Chastain had 2 more DNFs than Daniel Suarez. But Daniel Suarez at the same time, I can't trust Daniel Suarez. Really, after his SHR season in 2019, that was kind of it. I thought Daniel Suarez is just a NASCAR bus. But he came back and was able to make the playoffs with Trackhouse and made it to the round of 12 in his first season in the playoffs. So that's actually really good. But can you do it again? Because they didn't sign him to... They only signed, didn't they only sign Suarez to a 1-year extension? I'm not really sure. I don't know. They signed him to something. But I just can't trust Daniel Suarez because he's not as good as Ross Chastain. I'm going to be completely honest. Sonoma was a really good win, but there are other instances where he could have won. Las Vegas, he had a good run. He kind of wrecked himself out. And then Charlotte, the Coke 600, #1 spot right there. Really could have won that race. Took himself out, made a mistake. He even said it himself. So Suarez is someone I just can't really trust. I mean, he came close to winning at like Michigan, but that's not really his fault. It was just off of Christopher Bell getting himself into Chastain, and then that was just he just got trapped a lap down or something like that. So I don't know. It's really hard to say, but I'm not gonna say Suarez will make the playoffs. So that's definitely the hard part. So the 2023 drivers that I think that will make, the 16 drivers that I think will make the 2023 playoffs are Ross Chastain, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, AJ Allmendinger, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, and Alex Bowman. So we'll see what 2023 will hold for them. So these are my predictions. We'll check back right before the playoffs start, after Daytona and before Darlington, to see if I was right. So hopefully I'm 16 of 16, which I'm not really sure, because this season I don't think it'll have as many surprises as it did last year, since last year was a completely new car, but this one everyone's used to it, so we might see not as much parity, but we'll see. Anyway, that's going to conclude it for that, so let's head on over to the outro. So that would do it for today's video. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my 2023 NASCAR season playoff predictions. Do you think I was right? Do you think there's someone that I probably should have put in there, or someone I should take out? Let me know, and we can compare it in the comment section below. While you're at it, check out my Instagram and my gaming channel. Links to both of them in the description below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are at 231. We're really close to 250. Really appreciate you guys. We're really close to 200 on the gaming channel, so I really appreciate you guys there. Just really appreciate you guys there on out for just sticking by me. I really do appreciate it, guys. I know I don't show my faces on my YouTube on my channel, but I do really appreciate you guys. So that's gonna do it for now. So I shall see you guys in the next one. I'll probably make a review to the Clash. I'm not sure. If you don't see one, then don't be surprised, but maybe I'll think about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. But I do hope you guys enjoy the Clash tomorrow. Should be fun. See you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. This is NASCAR Mobile 48. Peace out.